Welcome to Brandow Consulting. This is Lance, and I just wanted to take a minute to look at the new features in the recent version. I don't do this often. I hardly ever do it, and I should probably do it more often. So let's take a look. We're on 17.5, was just recently added. So I'm going to go to Fishbowl Inventory, go to Support, Software Updates, and Release Notes. That's where we want to go. Guess give it a minute. Okay. Says they're working on 2017.6 already. Let's take a look at the highlights of 2017.5. I'm just going to move these highlights over to the left and I'll read them. The first highlight says Fishbowl server will now automatically activate your license key for you if necessary. So let's take a look at that. The Fishbowl server is over here. I'll just open it, bring it over here, and it says it will automatically activate your license key. So what they're saying is once you put in a new license key right here, it will automatically activate it. Okay, great. The next one is the reports module now has a server log button just like the data module. Now this is cool. This is cool. I'm excited about this one. Let's go to reports and we'll bring up a report. I'm just going to randomly select one that's popular. This is the Inventory Valuation Summary Report. And sometimes when building a custom report, it errors out. Maybe you're missing the sub-report and you installed it in the wrong location. You may have some sort of problem, right? And you want to know why. So now we have a server log. Awesome. It's going to show us some more detailed error messages as to why the report didn't work. In this case, the report did work, and it's showing us the report query. Wow. Awesome. If you want to see what exactly the report is querying, this is the place to look. This may answer some of your questions. If you understand SQL and how to query a database, you can actually take a look and see what fields are being queried. If you take a look here, it's querying the part cost dot average cost field, the part dot standard cost field, and on the part table, so you can see exactly how the report is coming up with the numbers that it's coming up with. I get that question a lot from customers. Why is it showing me this number? You know, cool. All right, what's the next one? Update the part product creation wizard to include product SKUs. Okay, the part product creation wizard is over here. Actually, you can access it from a couple different screens, but we'll go to the part screen, click new, and here's the part product creation wizard. I'll just XYZ, throw something in here. This is description, okay, and then boom, you'll see. Now, I didn't want to show you that little pop-up. Boom! You'll see we've got steps 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and these steps are customizable. You can actually take some of these steps off. Let me show you where to do that. Okay, I'm going to step away and come back in. So click cancel, cancel, tools, module options, part wizard. Here we go. So we can turn these on or off. See, it says don't show these steps in the new part wizard. So let's say you don't track by lot number or serial number. This step is irrelevant to you. You would check that box, and then the next time we come to the wizard here, bloop, 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 no more step that says whether or not it's tracked. Okay. Now this says create part wizard to include the product SKU, the SKU number. And basically what they're saying is right here they added a new field. Voila. Now if you have a separate SKU number for the product, There it is. So they added another field. Okay, next one is added tooltips. I should probably pull this over so you can see what I'm reading. Added tooltips to the default location tabs in the BOM and part modules to add clarity for each use of default locations. Oh, okay. Tooltips to the default locations so people understand what those are. So we're on the part screen. If we want to go to default locations, we hover over something and it's supposed to give us a tooltip. That's what I imagine that means. Okay, this defines the default receiving location for the part. There's your tooltip, that little bloop in the blue. And then it says also we've got a tooltip on the bill of materials. If we go to default location, hover over that, the work order processing location. I think that is a nice clarity. Some people aren't sure exactly what this default location is used for, and that's good. So for a part, if we have a default location, the system will tell you where to receive it in receiving. And if we have a bill of material default location, when you create a work order from that bill of material, let's come here, click new, throw a bill of material on there. It's going to automatically select a location right here. So it's connected. Okay, so the next one is users will now be prompted on login to enter phone number and email information for their user if it's not already provided. And I have experienced this. You can turn this off if you want. So I'm going to come here and exit and bring Fishbowl back up. I could have just logged off. I didn't have to exit. Let's click cancel here and we'll go to the users. This only works if you've actually changed the admin user or if you actually have a user. So I'm just going to say my name is Lance Brandow, username Brandow, and I'm going to leave the email off. Oh, it wants me to sign a password. 123 123. Now you all know my top secret password, and we'll log out. 123, log back in. Oh, saying admin, right? L Brandow. 123, and there we go. There's a pop-up saying, hey, don't you want to put your phone number and email address in? This is useful in other areas to have. It may show up on reports, it may show up on emails that you send out, and it may just be a good reference for your other colleagues. And if this isn't applicable to you, you can just say, I don't care, stop bugging me. And it should stop bugging you. Well, let's see, click cancel instead of OK. That's the problem. I clicked OK instead of cancel. Now let's look at the next highlight for 17.5. Sending a database to Fishbowl will now allow the user to continue working. Yeah, this is great. While the database sends and then notify the user upon completion. Now, I don't know how big of a deal this is. I actually haven't seen database issues very often in the recent years. This was a big deal years ago. Fishbowl's become pretty darn reliable, and database issues, I've hardly seen them lately at all. It's pretty nice. Fishbowl's really coming along and maturing quite a bit. But sending a database to Fishbowl will allow continued working. Now, I just want to click on this here. It says server log. That's in the data screen. Now notice any of these highlights can be clicked on, and if you want to look at highlights from a different version, just go to that version under release notes, look at the highlights, click on the highlights, and they do a good job at keeping up to date on the most recent highlights. So let's log in here, log out. Let's say 1, 2, 3, log in. Oh, I didn't give myself any user rights. I created myself a user but didn't give myself any user rights. That's the problem. So I'm going to log back in as admin. There we go. And the data screen. So if you ever have a problem with Fishbowl, it's doing something weird, and you need to work with the database team at Fishbowl, you can click on this server log and send the server log to them, and then you can keep on working. It's pretty cool, pretty nice. So then I think there was one more highlight. Let's take a look. The new product button in the part module now auto fills the product number and description data. New product button in the part module. Okay, so we're going to go to the part module, and let's open up a part, and there's a new product button right here. See the little tooltip? We'll click on that, and it's saying it's automatically filling in the description, I think is what it's saying. Now auto fills the product number and description data. Yay. Okay. And then my favorite is seeing these bug fixes all the time. Every time you see a huge long list of bug fixes that is much shorter than the features added, you know they're just working on making the software more reliable and more bug-free. Every software has bugs. It's impossible to be bug-free, but we want a good stable version, and it looks like 2017.5 is going to be that. So thanks for joining me today to take a look at the highlights of 17.5.